Welcome back to Impossibly Unremarkable, a podcast hosted by myself, Jonathon Buck, and my longtime friend, co-host, Sweetie Pie, Elliott Markson.
Yes, and we're back for another podcast, and today we are just two waffles that you left in the toaster oven too long, and we're getting a little burnt. You're smelling something. It's burning. What's burning? Quick, get to the toaster. Oh my God, my waffles. That's my breakfast. Those are the last ones. Isn't that right?
Unplanned. Last week I took it slow. This week I just went right for it, and that's why we work so well together.
I mean, this is really what we're about, just kind of keeping you on your toes. We can kind of just do shit on the fly. I had no idea he was going to do that. Yeah. No idea.
Next week we'll start with just like police sirens. People screaming.
Yeah.
Just get you on edge.
Okay, yeah.
We'll just get a little sound thing.
Sure. We'll start really getting crazy with it.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
That's good.
Thanks for asking. I feel like.
Do you feel okay?
Do I feel okay?
Yeah. Like emotionally.
Yeah, I feel okay.
Yeah. Have you been you keeping up with your mental health, taking care of yourself? Just checking in on my bud.
No more or less than usual.
Oh.
So like maintaining the course.
Good. Nice.
Today I like.
It's important.
Halfway through the workday, I just started feeling like an aura of anxiety rush over me. And it just like kind of stayed that way for a couple hours.
Why?
No explanation. Like I have nothing to be anxious about.
I get that.
And it's like it's where you like kind of feel like your hands are shaking, but they're not shaking. You kind of it honestly feels like you just had a bunch of caffeine.
Yeah, I've had too much caffeine before, and I've literally had a panic attack from it. So it's dangerous. Like
I had one Coke Zero. That's like I didn't.
That's all you had.
Yeah, I didn't have.
This was just raw panic.
This was pure.
Yeah, this isn't just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Good thing is, it wasn't. I would rather take that kind of anxiety than like anxiety over like an actual event or something to happen or something that has happened.
I don't know, man. I would disagree.
Really?
I want an explanation.
Well,
if I can be like, well, that's why I'm anxious.
Well,
that's
normally,
fine. But if it comes out of nowhere and all of a sudden I'm like having a panic attack or not feeling well at all, I would say that's worse. Because then what am I supposed to do? Just sit and breathe?
Well, what I'm accustomed to is like last night, just sitting on my phone, and then I just see something that mentions death, and it's like, fuck.
Shit.
Now this is something I gotta panic about right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, I was reading this Reddit thread about, and I feel like if Emily had been there and was like looking over my shoulder, she would have just been like, don't read that. But it was basically the question was, what are remarkably easy ways to die?
That's a fun rabbit hole to go down.
Reading through like a list of them, and this one.
What were some of them?
This one that worried me. I don't know that this is like an easy way to die, but someone had just said that they believed they had glaucoma, and so they got tested for it.
Yeah,
and I guess that involves like an MRI or a CT scan. I guess.
Sure.
But they caught that this person had an aneurysm, along with glaucoma, but the aneurysm hadn't like ruptured.
Oh, that's. Yeah.
And so the doctor's like, good thing you haven't held in a sneeze recently, because that probably would have done it for you. And then I'm thinking, man, I hold in sneezes all the time.
So do I.
I hate sneezing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, don't hold in
that can
your
do
sneeze.
it? They were kidding, right?
No, genuinely.
Is that really what can happen? You can hold in a sneeze and all of a sudden, boom, your brain explodes?
Yeah, because like when you hold in a sneeze, it hurts, right?
I mean, sometimes.
Yeah. You can literally like strain and rupture.
I mean, I just hold in all my sneezes, so.
Same.
I mean, as a kid, I think as a kid, my mom once said like I sneezed, and then my mom was like, "Gross." So then I just never sneezed again.
Really? I've only heard the opposite. I don't know if I've ever talked about it with my mom, but like people always say don't hold in your sneezes, and I didn't really understand
why.
I've
heard that, but
yeah. So don't do it. I want you like if you're near me and you got to sneeze.
I haven't sneezed in a decade. Just kidding.
That's weird. Do you?
Even when I'm by myself, I hold them in.
Really?
No.
Damn. But yeah, that was just like, that set me off. And it's like, Emily's asleep. I don't really have anyone to like vent this anxiety to. So you just kind of sit and just like stew.
I mean, you probably don't have an aneurysm.
Probably not. But it's just one of those things.
You probably don't.
And it wasn't even like, I'm so afraid, like now I'm more afraid of aneurysms than I was before.
Sure.
Of course. But now it's like, when you start thinking about it, it's like, oh, I'm going to die.
I mean, you will, yeah.
I will die.
Yeah.
I don't really want to die, you know?
Me either, dude.
It's pretty, like, I don't want to.
It's a really positive start. I don't think anyone wants to die, man.
But aside from that, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. You asked? That was the question? The question was how am I doing?
No, glad to hear that you're doing well.
Aside from that, yeah, I'm in a pretty good mood. We're flying to Maryland to spend the next 5 days with family.
Woo!
Very excited. I've never been to Maryland. We're also going to go to
neither.
D.C. Never been there either.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
DC's cool.
What do you know about it?
I've been there.
What have you done there? If you could recommend one thing to go see.
Holocaust Museum.
Okay.
I'm kidding. It's very depressing. Don't go to the Holocaust Museum.
Oh.
Unless you're really interested in it, but it's very depressing. We went to the Newseum. That's fun.
The what?
The Newseum. It's a museum about news.
That is...
So like they've got like OJ's suit from the trial.
That's the worst.
It's pretty cool.
Why wouldn't you go to like the Smithsonian?
I mean, we did that too.
Is that pretty cool?
I mean, everyone goes there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's like multiple buildings though. Like there's like the...
I want to go to
I think we went to the aerospace one.
Yeah,
which is the coolest one, I think.
Yeah, I want to go there.
Yeah. And the dinosaur one. Go to the dinosaur one. I think the Hope Diamond is there.
The Hope Diamond?
Or at least it was there when I was there.
¿Qué es esto?
What?
What's the...
¿Qué es esto? It's like a diamond. I forget why it's a thing. It's like a big ass diamond, I think. It's just big.
Don't know anything about it?
I think it's just worth a ton of money and it's huge.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll see a diamond.
I mean, maybe if it's still there.
We
you know how museums do. They just like rotate stuff out.
When we went to the Natural History Museum in New York, they had a big old section about gems and minerals and rocks and shit.
Yeah. They got one at the Smithsonian too.
I love
rock. Minerals.
Me too.
Talk to me about sedimentation.
What's your favorite rock and or mineral?
What's the igneous rocks?
Oh,
all igneous ones. That's a broad blanket term.
Yeah.
For rocks, but igneous. Love a good volcano.
Just the family of igneous.
Yeah,
rocks.
I just love a good volcano. I love some dark rocks.
I like crack rock.
Crack.
I don't know.
Did you ask me that just for that joke?
No,
I feel like you did.
I didn't.
Yeah, okay.
I like it's like a Tasmania. Is that a rock?
You're thinking of the Tasmanian devil. That's an animal, and also a cartoon.
Look at her and gesture. Will she look up?
What?
There's like
what is it?
A Tasmania rock, like
Tasmania rock,
something like that.
You're making some.
No, it's got to be real. I swear by it.
What's
by the old gods in the new?
Pompous.
Pompous.
Is that one?
Are you thinking porous?
No. It's the one that's like spongy looking.
Isn't that porous?
I don't fucking forget it. This is a stupid conversation. Who wants to listen to two guys talk about rocks that don't know anything about geology?
Pumice.
Literally just pulling up articles about rocks in Tasmania.
Yeah, you're thinking of Tasmania, the country.
No, there's something.
It's pumice. It is pumice, though.
Yeah,
pumpus.
Pumpus. Well, that's all we have time for.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming to our rock talk.
Yeah, the death and rocks. Next week will be child hunger and our favorite quilts.
That doesn't sound bad. Quilt.
That favorite quilt.
How many different quilts are there? What are you hoping to do in DC?
I don't know, man. Like
you got to see the Washington Monument. You got to see the Jefferson Monument.
That I care less.
You got to see the Lincoln Memorial.
I care less about that.
You got to see the MLK Memorial thing.
I care about that. I do care about that.
Yeah.
I should publicly state that I care about that.
You care about that?
You don't want to ever get caught on the wrong side of things these days.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I'm just I want to like go to like a bar and eavesdrop on like a political conversation.
That'd be sweet.
Like a staffer's complaining about the latest directive from Biden, and I'd like just happen to listen in and
nice
realize that I could take that person's job, and I do. And I get into the White House naturally, and before you can say Bob's your uncle, I'm the fucking chief of staff.
Chief of staff?
Of course I have to resign in disgrace.
Just tell Joe Biden you're his son. Not the one that did crack. The other one.
The one that died?
Shit. Never mind.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, Joe. I forget it. Forget I said that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
So how are you doing?
Great. Excellent. I don't know all of Joe Biden's family. Okay, I forgot about that. All right. Sorry. How am I doing? Good. I didn't do anything this weekend. We were supposed to, and then we just like didn't. do a thing, which was great. My Megan went and saw the new Hunger Games movie, which I've heard is good.
Really?
I didn't go with her. I stayed home with Wesley. But she went and saw it. She said she really liked it, which it's a prequel apparently. It's like before Katniss and all that. So no J-Law, unfortunately. You know, we don't get any more J-Law, but you know, I heard it's good. She said it was good and great. The Vikings lost. That sucked. I did go to like a bar restaurant to watch the game with just a few people, just my pals. It's my other crew that I roll with every once in a while. It was weird, though. They were, like, giving out shots every time the Vikings scored a touchdown.
For free?
Yeah, but, like, it was a Sunday night. Like,
Yeah.
who the hell? Oh, there were drunks there, for sure. I mean, there was one guy I saw, he had, like, this Vikings T-shirt jersey with the...
Jersey.
Yeah, sure, a jersey. He had a jersey on, and it was the number 0.
Jert.
He had a jert on, and it was the number 0. And on the back where the last name would be, it said days sober.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And that guy was the drunkest guy at the bar, you could tell. I thought it was hilarious, but a little bit sad.
I feel like that kind of offer, that kind of deal would really only work on like a Thursday night, maybe.
Well, I know. It's got to be Thursday night or, I don't know. Yeah, the NFL is like, it's tough for drinkers because it's like, when can you guys get hammered and watch a football game? It's Sunday, Monday, or Thursday.
If you're a drinker, the day of the week doesn't.
That's true. It doesn't stop you guys. You guys, regardless, Sunday night, shoot them. Let's go.
Yeah. We hit it pretty hard on Sunday.
Really?
No. I just punched my pillow a couple times and.
Oh, because of the loss? Josh Dobbs just isn't good. I've been saying this. I mean, I've been saying that he's...
It's funny the complete 180 that has been turned on.
No, I've told you this.
Not
that he is
you
not
specifically, but like just people online.
It's people are ridiculous because he played 2 good games against shitty teams, and then they go, "Man, he's going to be our next franchise guy." And we're like, I'm just like, are you kidding me? This guy is clearly a backup, but sure, yeah, he's fun. He can't throw the ball.
All I'll say is I think the game would have ended completely differently. I think we would have won had we not started out with like a dirty fucking hit that didn't get a flag.
I mean, maybe, but
the fumble was him. The fumble that was a lack of ball control. But when someone like launches themselves horizontally at you with the crown of their helmet aimed at your helmet, that's dirty.
I don't know if I would call that the difference in the game, though. I mean,
no, that's just how that started, and that led to three
I mean,
points.
maybe he could have been concussed, and they just didn't pull him out, which is another topic. But yeah, I mean, he couldn't hit anybody in the flat. He was throwing it behind guys. He couldn't hit anybody with a throw besides Ed Oliver. It was
Josh Oliver.
Josh Oliver?
Yeah.
Is it not Ed?
There's an Ed. I think that's Ed Ingram. Josh
Okay,
Oliver.
Josh Oliver. Sorry, Josh.
There was another. I thought
PFF's top graded tight end.
there might have been one other guy in the mix, though. I think.
I don't know, but regardless, he missed too many throws. He wasn't doing that good. I mean, he's fun with his legs. He adds a different element to our offense, but he's not the answer, and he's not going to get us there. So sorry, guys, for all you idiots who had hope that he would take us to the promised land. It's not going to happen. He's not good enough. He's a backup. Maybe he'll be a great backup next year.
It was fun. Like if from the get-go, if you're like, this guy's not going to be the solution, if that's what you said from the start and you've been consistent about that, that's fine. But like people were like, this guy's the future. This is the pastronaut. And then like one loss again, just one loss.
One loss.
It's like, this guy fucking sucks.
That we easily could have won.
The Vikings, yeah, 100%. Don't turn over the ball three or four times.
Yeah.
Probably should be fine. But yeah, I mean,
don't get me wrong. We're probably still going to win like 10 games, but
yeah. Why not?
like whatever, man.
And then we'll just go to the Super Bowl and win.
And we'll get trounced in the first round of the playoffs. Trounced.
Depends who we play.
We'll probably play Detroit
And we'll beat them.
or Philly
We'll have already beaten them twice.
or San Fran. We'll get rocked.
Eagles will get the bye.
Maybe. Anyways, yeah, that was pretty much my week. I didn't really do anything at all besides just like sit and wallow in my own sorrow and Think about the amount of travel I have to do this week for Thanksgiving.
The amount of travel. Where are you going?
Well, I don't have to travel very far, but we have like 3 Thanksgivings to go to, which is great. I love seeing the people, but I mean,
Man,
with a baby, I'm just dreading figuring out his naps. And
There's people out there that get 0 Thanksgivings, and this guy gets 3 of them. I mean, come on,
I
man.
didn't ask for it. But it'll be fun. It's just like, it sounds like a lot. It's like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay.
Wait, so your parents,
Yeah.
Megan's parents, and
Yeah.
then ours in Maryland.
Yeah, and then I'm flying out to Maryland to meet
Yeah.
you guys, just to just spend time with you guys, and I wanted to see the Capitol again, in the old DC.
Yeah.
Haven't really gotten to see Maryland before either, so
Yeah, I mean, you
hoping
haven't
to go
you haven't
down
been to the
to,
Capitol since what, January?
stop. I knew where you were
2021?
going with that, and it's not funny because I don't joke about that stuff. That was a disgrace. That
He
day.
doesn't joke about
Those
that
people
stuff.
were fucked up, messed up.
What?
What?
The people at his inauguration? What was wrong with them?
January 6th? Is that what you were talking about?
No, I said January 2021.
You are a bastard.
I said January 2021.
You're a bastard.
Ugh. This guy's got some skeletons in his closet.
Ah. What?
Yeah.
Me?
First, you dog on Joe Biden's
I forgot.
late.
Fine. Tell him
son.
you're the one who did crack. Just tell him you're the one who did crack. He still loves you.
That's true. It's a good papa.
Yeah.
I feel like I had something else I wanted to say, but it slipped my mind.
Oh.
So, but I figured I would just eat some airtime there.
You're stupid.
Oh,
You're dumb.
that was rude. I
Yeah.
don't want to play anymore.
I'm sorry, buddy.
You're not sorry.
What are you gonna say you're thankful for at the table this year?
I don't want to do that.
Do you guys actually do that? I don't know if we actually do that.
I
I think that's like only in movies.
know traditionally we've done that. I don't know, like the last few Thanksgiving. I mean, we probably do it.
It's so dumb though. Like, what am I? Like, I know. I'm just gonna say like my wife and child and my house.
Then do a 180. Don't say any of that. You're gonna say you're thankful for your house.
Yeah, it's a roof over my head, brother. If you ain't thankful for that, then I don't know.
You got an ozone above you,
Yeah.
an atmosphere,
Uh-huh.
some clouds.
Nature's my home, baby.
I will probably say I'm grateful for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
Woo! 10-3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on a streak. I'm a T-Wolves fan now. I've been keeping up. I followed them on Twitter.
I also try to follow them as closely as I can without watching any basketball.
Yeah. I'll probably won't watch till the
it's
end of the
still,
season or the playoffs.
It's still a very deeply uninteresting game.
Wow, really? Deeply uninteresting. It always gets good in the fourth quarter. If you're going to turn on a basketball game, turn it on in the fourth quarter. Because nothing before that really matters.
And
just the truth.
I mean, no offense to basketball fans. I'm sure as a basketball fan, it is a very exciting experience for you. But I recognize there's talent required and
Sure.
athleticism required. But
Absolutely.
the crux of it is that you're just running back and forth,
Yeah.
and you're just
Isn't that most games?
no.
It's most sports.
There's just like yes, but the variation in what happens, it's all the same. You know.
Sure. Run down, basket. Run down,
That's
basket.
exactly what I'm saying.
Run down,
And sure, there's
basket.
like cool plays and cool
they do
shots
that.
and impressive things like that. I'm not discounting that. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's not hard. It's just it's never really clicked with me.
Just watch the first 5 minutes of a basketball game and tell me it's electric.
I went to a
It's not.
I went to a Timberwolves game last year, and granted they weren't all that great, so the crowd draw was terrible.
Yep.
But man, it was depressing.
Really?
It was empty, and it was like early season.
Well, I mean, that's just the Timberwolves. They're not very good, or they usually aren't, so people don't go.
But I've heard that the crowds are
It's like your birthday.
more electric.
Like every time you have a birthday, like you invite all these people, but no one
None of
goes
them
because
come?
everyone
Yeah.
knows that it's just not going to be good.
yeah. I mean, you weren't at my birthday this year.
No, I mean, like
I'm keeping
think I,
track.
it was laundry day.
Pretty sure I
pretty sure.
spent the day with you on your birthday.
Well, I mean, my birthdays are always bangers.
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 Getting fucking drenched.
Oh, yeah, we always go in the Boundary Waters on my birthday. I forgot that. I haven't spent a birthday outside of the Boundary Waters in a couple years now. I always go up there around my birthday.
Around your birthday.
Well, I don't have like a celebration with my people.
Your people.
I do with like my wife and stuff. My at home people, but my boys.
I'm not an at-home person.
No,
I
you don't
could
live
be.
in my home.
If you just let me.
Fine.
Just give me a chance.
Yeah, you can live in my basement. Help me pay the mortgage. I'll allow it.
No, thank you.
I'll allow it.
No,
You can live in my basement.
Although
It's pretty chilly down there. You'll need a blanket.
you got them 2021 interest rate, don't you?
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty sick, dude.
I'll take that.
Fucking sick.
Do you have a recommendation?
No.
This guy.
I forgot, man. I have a lot going on in my life. I can think of something if you want.
No, I got it.
You just always make fun of me. You always make fun of me.
I'll carry.
You always make fun of me.
I'll carry.
You always say, "Wow, I couldn't believe you recommended peaches." And I'm like, "Well, they're good. They're fucking gas, so I don't know why that would be a problem."
That deserves some poking fun.
All right.
Because usually it's the reverse where I don't have a recommendation.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, this guy's so unprepared.
No, you know what my recommendation of the week is? My recommendation of the week is saying no to your friends when they try to peer pressure you to do something that you've told them again and again that you don't want to do.
You are going to...
Stand your ground and keep your opinions.
You're going to be
when
there.
your friends are trying to peer pressure you.
You're going to be there tonight.
Because I've been in countless situations where I am known as a people pleaser, the person who always says yes. You can't say no. I'm always trying to be everyone's friend, and I spread myself too thin.
What are you talking about?
So this guy
what are
over
you
here
talking
is
about?
like, hey, we got to go get dinner at 10:30 p.m. Let's go eat some food at 10:30 p.m. Just me, you, and another guy. And I'm like, I don't want to go. I don't want to put that food in my body. I'd rather go home, hang out with my wife, maybe take I don't know, a night's sleep. You know, who knows? But this guy is like, oh, you'll come. You're coming. Oh, you're going to go.
I mean, you'll
and
be
I'm
there.
standing my ground. I'm saying absolutely
You'll
not.
be
I will
there,
not
but
be there.
don't pretend like you don't also try to get people to do stuff.
Well, of course I try.
Like once a week. Hey, does anyone want to go to see Slippery Tom at the Armory?
Yeah, and guess what? Everyone always says no to me, so I end up.
I've been to more concerts with you than I've been to concerts in my entire life.
Yeah, but you only go if you like have listened to the artist and decide that you like them.
Yeah.
You would never like just go with me.
The thing is, when you're like in a crowd,
This has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
When
You're trying to get
when
me to
you're-
go to a shitty ass diner. They're trying to get me to go to Perkins. Perkins.
we're trying to
My anti-rec of the week, Perkins. Don't go to Perkins. It sucks. It's ass. It's not even real food. The eggs are like I don't even know. Like they're like the fake ass eggs. They're not real eggs. They probably didn't even come from chickens. I mean, what do they even serve there that's good?
I would
nothing.
say only if you get the scrambled eggs, you're probably getting like a jar. Like they probably have like a squeezy bottle of yolk.
Yeah.
But with an over easy egg, you can't fucking like squeeze that.
The
out of a
only
bottle.
thing I'll eat from Perkins is the coffee.
All right, get a coffee.
No.
I'll pay for your coffee, bro.
I have to work in the morning.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
It's the weekend, baby.
I didn't take it off. I don't fly to Maryland tomorrow like you. I fly in on Friday, if we recall the plan.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, 10:30 at the.
I'm not going to Perkins. I don't know what your obsession with Perkins is.
I'm not obsessed with Perkins. The location could be anywhere. My obsession is wanting to spend time with you. But fuck me, I guess.
At 10:30 p.m. on a Tuesday?
Here's my recommendation to the guys: get some friends that actually want to be with you. They
I
wanna
ask you
see
guys to go to the gym all the time, and you guys always make fun of me.
I don't have the figure for the gym.
That has nothing to do with it. It's about spending time together and doing something cool, like lifting weights.
I'll go to the gym with you next time.
All right, bet.
Go to Perkins tonight.
Ask my wife.
No, don't. See, the pivot. She's going to be asleep by 10:30. She doesn't care where you are.
Fine, I'll sneak out of the house and go to Perkins. I'll sneak out of bed. Megan will wake up, turn to me, place her hand where my body should be, and I'll be gone.
Just like pack a few pillows beneath your comforter.
I'll Ferris Bueller her ass. I'll put like a little boombox next to our bed that has me snoring.
We were texting about this plan to go to Perkins.
I never agreed to go.
Well, this plan that we've mutually agreed upon, it started yesterday, and I was like about to grab my keys and go. And like,
Wait, really?
And meet Neil
Wait,
there.
what?
Yeah, 100%. Because I couldn't tell if like it was a joke, but it started with like, hey, like I would fuck up some Perkins right now.
I literally thought you guys were kidding.
No,
I thought it was a joke.
no. And then he's
I was like, "Huh, that's funny."
Then he's like,
Perkins.
I'm 10 minutes away from that location right now, and I was like, okay, let's do this. But I didn't know, and then I'm also like, Emily just went to bed, so I'm like, do I just go? Do I say anything? Do I just leave?
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna wake her up just to be like, hey,
you guys aren't married. You can just leave.
you're right. I'm like a house cat.
Once you get married, that's when you have to ask your wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But we're going tonight, and we'll see you there. I got a recommendation.
see.
We don't got to keep talking about this.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
sound
that's
off
my wreck of the week, though.
sound off in the comments if Elliott's been in a horse's ass. My recommendation of the week is a video game called Lethal Company. What? What's that?
Oh, it's a video game.
You've recommended video games before.
It's a video game.
You've recommended video games before.
Lethal Company.
This guy has been so salty. What is that?
I don't know. Just what is it?
It is a up to 4-player co-op game,
Okay.
and it's kind of like a lower quality graphics, which kind of adds to the fun.
Nice.
Your laptop could probably run it.
Cool.
Basically, the premise is you are a contract employee for this company, and you are supposed
Sweet. I'm not even on a salary.
You're not salaried. No, you're a non-essential employee, and you're on this ship, and you have to land at these moons, right?
Okay.
These abandoned
I'm with you.
moons.
That's sick.
And these moons have complexes on them,
Okay.
buildings,
Oh.
and inside the buildings are different objects that you can pick up and sell.
Okay.
And so, at the start of each round, you're given 3 days to reach your quota, because you got to reach your quota for the company.
Right. It's like sales. You got to hit your quotas.
Yeah. And so
Or you
you
get axed.
Yeah, you go into this. You land on these moons, and you try to go into these buildings and collect scrap and bring it back to the ship.
Nice.
But there's a bunch of different like creepy monsters and
Ooh.
animals and creatures that can kill you. There's hazards. There's pools of quicksand. All these different ways that you can die,
Nice.
and it's just a lot of fun.
Sounds
It's
cool.
like $10 on Steam. It's super low cost of entry. I
Nice.
got my brothers to play it this weekend, and they loved it, I think.
What kind of weapons do you get in this game?
That's the cool thing is like so we were wildly unsuccessful for like 2 hours.
Oh.
Constantly kept dying.
Big learning curve.
Huge learning curve. And if you don't reach your quota at the end of the 3rd day,
Yeah.
they open the doors of the ship in space, and you get ejected into the cold vacuum
Damn.
of space. Yeah.
Damn, that's tough.
You can buy a couple different things. I mean, there's actually a lot of different stuff you can buy to like improve your team and become better. You can get like walkie-talkies, because that's one of the things. It's like local chat only.
Yeah.
So like once you're separated, you can't talk to one another.
Oh.
You can get like a Daniel. My brother keeps buying like a shovel to defend himself, but
Nice.
it's not strong enough. It doesn't do enough.
What do you mean? A shovel's a great weapon.
No, it's never been successfully used. But you can get like a electric, like a zapper gun or something.
Okay.
There's just a bunch of different ways, and we've never gotten that far because you have to be like good enough to sell
get
stuff.
like good weapons.
Yeah, but it's a ton of fun. It's if you're into like kind of jump scary horror stuff,
I love that.
Yeah, you'd be.
I
good
love
at it.
that, dude.
You would love
I
it.
live for that shit.
In fact, look under your chair.
Really?
Yeah, there's a $10 bill so you can buy the game.
There wasn't.
There
There wasn't. one.
There wasn't. It's a digital game. You couldn't really pay cash.
Yeah, I don't think they take cash.
Unless you took your $10 cash, went to maybe a Walgreens and
Yeah.
got a prepaid Visa, put
Okay.
$10 on that, and then in Steam you could enter that as your form of payment.
So many steps.
A lot of steps.
A lot of steps. Maybe I'll just use a credit card.
You could use a credit card.
No.
But that's my recommendation. Lethal Company. It's blown up,
Cool.
which is exciting because that means they'll probably continue to update the game because there's a lot of interest in the game.
Nice.
So
Sounds fun.
sometimes it's just nice to find a silly little game to play with your friends.
Sometimes you got to find a new game to play with your friends.
I asked Neil and your brother, and they both said no.
Okay.
That hurt my feelings.
Like they refuse to play it?
Yeah.
Why? Sounds like some nerd shit they would like. What, they play like fucking like other shit?
They do play other shit.
Like they play other shit. Like, what's different about this game? How much of a pompous bitch do you have to be to
Porous fuck.
to say like, oh, I play video games, but not that one?
Yeah.
Give me a break. They're all the same. It's all weep boop beep boop beep 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 boop. That's what video games is to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question of the day.
Boop 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 boop. You know.
Yeah. Question of the day.
Question of the day. Question of the day. Okay.
You said you said you hoped I could answer this.
I mean,
Is
it's
it like
pretty personal.
It's like a mathematical question?
No, it's like something about you, so you should be able to.
Okay.
What are you proud of that you never get to talk about?
What am I proud of? Does it count if I have mentioned it before?
I mean, if it's basically something that you like and you enjoy that you don't get to talk about enough. Or
Does it
that's
have to
something
be-
that you're good at.
Does it have to be recent?
No.
Because I've wanted to talk about this because I'm very proud of it.
Okay. That's exactly what the question is.
You know about it, but
Yeah, well, that's what the
we're
question
a couple
is.
years removed from it.
Sure. Sounds
Um,
exactly like what the question is asking, yeah.
So in college, this is from college times.
All right.
In college, I was a twice elected student senator. Humble brag. But that's not what I'm. That's not what I'm talking about.
We've heard.
Um,
Twice elected.
twice elected.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
But the most important thing I've ever done
Yeah.
was as a civilian, acting in a civilian capacity, not
Okay.
using my power and influence as a senator,
Yeah.
but just as regular old Dan. In college, we had a lower campus dining facility that had this. It had multiple like stations where you can get different types of food, like Italian or pizza or burgers or
Yeah.
Mongolian stuff. They had
Right.
this spot called the Skillet,
Mm-hmm.
and the Skillet used to serve the most incredible breakfast food ever.
Yeah, they did. I remember.
It was just really good
It
breakfast
was.
food, and it was cheap because
Yeah.
it's like they're selling it to you basically at cost. You know,
Yep.
you want like a breakfast sandwich and hash browns, $3, please. You know, it's very very cheap, and like they didn't really. It wasn't like there was nothing that stood out about it other than it just being really good. You know, it's not
Yeah.
like they're serving it to you on a silver platter. You know, it doesn't have this gold dust on it. It's just really good breakfast food. It was like my go-to for breakfast or even lunch, like a good breakfast sandwich at lunch.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Oh, yeah. Hits hard.
And then over the summer, I think this would have been after sophomore year. I think so.
Yes.
They got rid of the Skillet in favor of just like this crappy
Ass.
ass Mexican spot. And I love Mexican food,
Me too.
but this was just like bad. Like it was
Not this place.
It was a very, very poor execution. And I really missed that I didn't get breakfast. I didn't get my hash browns because their hash browns are so good. I don't know if you've ever tried to make hash browns. It's hard to do.
I haven't.
It's not easy to do.
I've only made the frozen ones.
Yeah, it's not
as good either.
It's not very easy to make hash browns. Like the one time I tried, I like overcompensated with the fact that it wasn't cooking fast enough, and I just added too much butter. And once they were finally cooked, I was just like eating butter.
You were just eating butter.
It was gross.
Potato butter.
But granted, it was a very poor
Probably
attempt
still
on my
good.
part. Yeah,
Probably still pretty good.
it was fucking awesome. But I really missed these hash browns, and so I started a petition on change.org
Nice.
to get hash browns back, to revive the Skillet. I mean, we started small. We wanted to bring back the Skillet, but we really just wanted our hash browns because this was important.
Right. It's the best part.
And so we spread the good word, and we ended up with over 500 signatures, which is fucking stupid for like what it was.
That's a good amount of signatures.
But I was super proud. I got interviewed by the
Wait, you did?
yeah, I got interviewed by the student newspaper.
Wait, why have we not talked about this more?
I don't know. I'm very proud of it. But I got interviewed by the student newspaper, The Spectator, and eventually, it really honestly didn't take long. It was like a week or two, and
Yeah.
then they started serving hash browns. Maybe a couple weeks, but they started serving hash browns in one of the other stations. So they never brought back the Skillet.
Right.
But they did start serving hash browns for a limited amount of time, and they still weren't as good because when you would get the hash browns before you get the breakfast, like all of it was
right,
made.
you get all of it.
Yeah, it was made to
Yeah.
order, and now there's like they got like a tin of pre-made hash browns. But it was a nice small victory.
Right. You got it.
I was very happy. A lot of people rallied around it. The funniest part of it was after they had made the change, the the director or the guy in charge of the dining was like, no one reached out to me. no one said anything. We could have made a change faster. I was like, well,
You just go directly to the guy. Hey, can we have hash browns? Yeah, sure.
it's like this. My way was a lot more fun. It was a lot more fun.
In your mind, you're like, we're rallying the people, and this guy's like, you could have just asked. I would have just made the
never
fucking
got
hash
any
browns.
feedback.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm very proud of. I don't get to bring it up often, but when I do, I'm like, Google it.
That's awesome.
Google hash
There's an
browns.
article.
There's an article.
There's an article about you.
Yeah, Google hash browns Eau Claire, and I'll be there.
That's great.
I didn't interview as well as I wanted to, but
Oh yeah. Well,
it's fine.
it's tough.
It
but
was
you
only
got
print.
what you wanted. You set out to get hash browns back, and you got the damn hash browns back.
Got him.
That's a great story.
Thank you.
You are an inspiration. I mean, you led a group of people to accomplish a goal far bigger than yourself.
Thank you. I'm quite proud now.
I commend you.
How about you share your story about when you were really proud of you hated breakfast food, so you wanted to get Mexican food on campus, and
I don't even think I ate at that Mexican place very much.
I tried it once, and it was.
I think maybe I got it
bad.
once. Yeah, I don't know.
You just can't beat.
I do remember the breakfast food though. It
You
was
can't
so
beat
good.
a bagel and cheese.
the
and egg
breakfast
and
sandwiches,
bacon.
all of it
Oh,
together was just
fucking hot. I could. You know what? You know what'd be great tonight?
stop.
Let's get a breakfast sandwich.
Perkins is not on the same level as the fucking Skillet. They wish in their dreams. Anyways, what I'm proud of that nobody talks about enough is so as a group, and you don't usually play. I feel like it's usually me, Neil, and Megan sometimes, and my brothers sometimes. Kind of depends. But have you played Ticket to Ride with us before?
I've played a couple times.
Yeah, you have played a couple times, right? But
Yeah.
you're not I mean, we don't play it that often. It's like every once in a blue moon we'll play it. But in recent, activity in playing this game, I feel like it's not been recognized enough that my performances have been absolutely incredible and improving so much. Last time I played, I won, which I don't do. I've won like twice in my whole career of Ticket to Ride. But the previous couple times before that, I'd consistently been getting second place or just behind the first place finisher. And this past time I won. I beat Neil, which is always a win for me because Neil thinks he's so good, he's so cocky. You place a train down, he's like, I know where you're going. he's the just a little bitch about it. And so anytime you can beat Neil in a game like that, it's great. And my performance has been spot on. It's been improving, and I'm just looking forward to the next time I get to play Ticket to Ride because I will destroy my competition. I will wipe the floor, and I will keep my crown and my place at the top of the mountain going forward, and I will soon be the one to beat. And I feel like that's not talked about enough, and I'm proud of my victories.
I'm realizing now that this question was formed around you wanted to talk about your Ticket to Ride win.
I literally had just formulated that thought as you were talking.
Okay.
So no, it was not.
I'll concede that every time I've played Ticket to Ride with you guys, I felt like it's always been like Megan versus Neil.
Yeah,
like
it usually
the
is.
two top dogs.
Because Megan grew up playing the game, and Neil played the game, I think, weekly in college.
Jesus.
So, like, I think him and his roommates would have, like, a tally of who won that week. So
Oh.
there was, like, a leaderboard. Like they would play religiously.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
Which is why Neil's so good at it. So when you can beat Neil, it feels so good.
to me, it's like, is it a game that like you can really, really be good at?
I mean, it's kind of luck sometimes.
There's a
it
fact-
depends
there's a
what
part of luck.
I mean, the basis of the game is you're just laying down these routes. You're trying to complete a full route, like if it's like New York to LA, and you're trying to lay down trains, you can only lay them down a certain amount at a time because you have to play these cards that are coordinated with a color. So when you play that color, then you can fill that space because there's a space that is coordinated with those colors as well.
Yes.
So like if there's a track of 4 pinks, you play 4 pink cards, you get to place 4 trains on that spot. So you're trying to create a route from wherever you're trying to go, and there's points associated with each route. You can get more routes throughout the game. There's always points awarded at the end for longest route or most routes completed or something like that. So it can kind of, it depends on where everyone else is going. So sometimes somebody can mess up your route. It's a little bit of luck, but it is some skill because you do have to know when to place your trains, which route to take to get there, and how to accumulate the most points. And I've been doing really well.
I've never won. It's just not a game for me.
I used to be like you, but I came out of it.
You're saying that someday
Look at me now. Watch
I
me
could
play
win.
next time and just get absolutely destroyed.
Well, let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
We want to hear me and the audience.
Yeah.
We want to know
About what?
how you're doing, how you're
What?
how you're stacking up on the trains leaderboard.
Yeah, trains leaderboard. Sure. That was it. I dominate in trains now. I'm pretty confident about it.
I'm very proud of you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I could tell you needed it. So
I did. What's the news? Tell me the news.
today's bizarre news is
Bizarre news.
bizarre news. No less than a tale of deceit, deception, fraud, maybe terrorism.
Whoa.
No, I'm gonna
Wow.
I'm gonna walk
What
that
are we
one
talking
back.
about?
Are you familiar with the scandal that has continued to unfold over the last few months in the college football realm
Regarding Jim Harbaugh?
regarding fucking Michigan?
Yeah.
The University of Michigan, for those who are unfamiliar, a scandal has come out of nowhere, erupted,
Nowhere.
taken college football by the balls and shook it furiously.
Yeah.
The short and skinny, over the last few years, Michigan's football team was not that great,
Not great.
but over the last
fine.
prior to the last few years, and then the last few years they've been fucking dominant. They haven't won any national titles, but it's very, very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Close to being as good as Ohio State.
Almost.
Almost, but not. They did beat us the last 2 years, though.
Did they?
Wonder why. Anywho, there's this fellow by the name of Connor Stallions, I think is the name. I think that's how you pronounce his last name.
Sure.
Basically, he's a staffer for the University of Michigan's football team.
Okay.
And a couple years back, he hatched out this plan to steal signs from other football teams. And so over the past few years, he's had a coordinated system in which he will attend games or he will pay people to attend games.
Okay.
So you're paying for airfare and you're paying for like sideline seats for
Sure.
college football games, which, I mean, they're expensive.
Yeah, it's not
College
cheap.
football tickets are not cheap.
No.
So this is a very expensive endeavor, and basically which they're gaining all of their opposing team signs, that their signs, the plays that they call for, the offensive side of the game, the defensive side of the game, and then they have that information ready to go.
Okay.
And so it's been unfolding. People have been aware of it, I guess. Like last year, there's this like Tennessee football fan forum, and this guy was basically kind of talking about like, yeah, my brother knows this guy who's getting paid to go sit at this game and relay this information back to this guy. But he's specifically been told not to talk to Jim Harbaugh about it, and you can never talk to the coaches about it. But basically, now it's unfolded where this Connor Stallions guy. It's funny to me because I mean I'm an Ohio State fan, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's infuriating. I don't think cheating's cool. It's not cool. It's not.
Well,
cool.
if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
All right. But this dude, this like supposed mastermind who had this 500-page manifesto
Really?
of how he was going to eventually take over the Michigan football team and become the head coach. Like seriously, this is his life's dream.
That's crazy.
He paid these people to attend these games using his personal Venmo.
Out of his own pocket?
That's part of the mystery, part of the controversy.
We don't know.
There's no way he was.
See, I haven't been keeping up with it that much. I didn't. So was Jim Harbaugh not like that involved?
Jim Harbaugh was suspended for 3 games.
Well, I know he was.
He was
but,
suspended
like,
for 3 games.
Was it?
He is.
It wasn't his idea though. And was he?
He's denied involvement. That's how it started.
So we're not sure.
Michigan started by completely denying involvement.
Yeah.
Now this Connor guy has been fired.
Right.
But what I was saying about he was
dreams
paying
crushed.
from his personal Venmo, like from his name, Connor Stallion. Like
Yeah.
there's a full-on fucking paper trail
Idiot.
of all these things. Yeah, super stupid. But the narrative has changed. It's gone from this didn't happen to the coaches didn't know to not really a big deal to okay, maybe the coaches did know because Michigan just fired their lineman coach. because their lineman coach was caught destroying evidence and telling players not to talk.
Oh, man.
And so here's the other thing I'll say.
Wow.
How can there's two things here. So what I want out of this is I want Michigan to be punished.
Oh.
They shouldn't be allowed to be in the playoffs.
Oh, come on.
And the
they got a good squad.
The wins that have come from them cheating should be vacated. Those shouldn't exist anymore. Those shouldn't count for their record.
Maybe.
Some history here. Like a decade ago, a little while longer, Ohio State got punished because some players gave away like signatures, I think, in exchange for free tattoos.
Right, before you could like get stuff, right?
So
that's like the same reason why they took away Reggie Bush's Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
Right.
So Ohio State was ineligible for the playoffs for at least a year, maybe two.
That's crazy.
They had a bunch of wins vacated. And this is, in my mind, that's
That's literally nothing.
That's nothing.
Like if that happened today, no one would care.
As opposed to this coordinated scheme. But here's the thing. Two things for Michigan here. You either, the coaches didn't know.
Yeah.
And I question like how.
Clearly some coaches
Someone
knew.
had to know. Otherwise, was this Connor guy just being like, hey, I know I'm not a coach. Like I know I'm not.
Wait, so what was his role?
I think he was a staffer. He was
He
on
was just
the
like
team.
on the staff.
He was
but
on the
not
staff.
like a coach of any
I don't
kind?
know what his actual title is. He
Water
might have
boy.
been. He might have been an assistant coach.
Just the water boy.
But he was clearly like kept around. You know.
Right.
So this guy is somehow relaying these signs to the team without the coach's knowledge.
Yeah, that's odd to me because he would have to be relaying. If he's not a coach himself, he would have to be giving that information to somebody. So somebody would have to know, or was he doing it and then they were like, I don't know how he got it, but I'm not gonna ask.
So
you know?
in my mind, they definitely knew and they took advantage of it completely and never did anything to stop it.
Right. Like you think what they should have done would be like, no, Connor. No,
Connor.
We're not going to do that.
You can't take over the
I don't want to read your
football.
manifesto, Connor. Put it away. I don't care how many pages it is. I don't care how much time you spent on it. You're not getting my job. Go home, Mr. Stallions.
All I'll say to Connor is dream bigger. You know, you can dream bigger.
I mean, being the head coach of a D1 football program is pretty sweet.
Of Michigan, though? Like, really? Choose any other college.
Toledo.
Yes.
Eastern Michigan.
Eastern
Michigan.
It's funny you say that. I do have a manifesto of how I'm going to take over the Toledo football team.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
I've
All
always
teams.
I've always wanted to be.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
But that's bizarre news. If you're interested, everything I've just shared is public knowledge. There's no spin here. It's just
There's no spin.
cold hard facts.
He's just giving you the facts,
If
baby.
you're
He's just
a-
telling you
if
what
you're
it
a-
is.
If you're a Wolverines fan, go fuck yourself.
I'm just curious. Can't anybody just watch a game? Like, what's stopping Jim Harbaugh from going to a football game? Is he not allowed to attend games of other teams?
No, they definitely are. What's crossing the line is attending these games, recording the gameplay. That's against NCAA rules.
So you just can't record it.
It's like I think they call it.
Send somebody in there
I
with
think
a
they-
photographic memory.
I think they call it advanced scouting. I think
Sure.
is the terminology.
Sure. But he could go there and then figure something out.
They were also accused
he wanted.
of sharing signs with another team in order to hinder another team.
Oh. Whatever. Well, yeah. Glad that guy got fired. I mean, that's whatever, but
Yeah, the guy.
it's also just sports.
Connor's been sacked. I mean, yeah, it is. It is just sports, but
I mean, they should get punished, you know.
they should.
If
At this point, it's just it's like a cathartic thing. Like I need to see them be punished.
yeah, or like set a precedent, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know how these things go.
So, Big Ten is the one who handed down the 3-day suspension, and Michigan initially was like, "We're going to fight this. We're going to fight this. This is terrible." I mean, after Michigan beat, I think Penn State, like the guy who was the acting head coach was like crying after the game. He's like, "Jim, we did this for you. We love you so." Like he didn't die. He's in a hotel a mile away watching the game on the TV. Like he's alive.
He's fine.
He's doing pretty well because
Yeah.
If this is like if he actually gets punished, he'll probably just go to the NFL.
He'll probably just go
he'll
coach
still
the
make
Los
some-
Angeles Chargers or
Yeah,
something.
he'll make good money. It doesn't fucking matter for him.
Jim's gonna be just fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just like, come on, man, get a grip.
Get it together, bro.
He's like, full on, we fucking love you, Jim. Like, okay.
Okay,
I don't
dude.
think he's that cool.
Jeez.
Did you know Jim Harbaugh's like really into Judge Judy?
Is he?
Yeah.
That's a weird obsession
Just
to
a
have.
fun fact for
That's
you.
like a very niche thing to be
Yeah,
passionate about.
right? Loves her. Loves her.
That's interesting. Wow. I mean, he's known to be kind of an asshole.
Yeah,
So.
kind of a goofy.
Kind of his reputation.
goofy guy.
Everyone likes his brother, John
John.
Harbaugh.
I mean, Johns are better in general.
Yeah, I would say. Better than Jim's.
I hate my brother Jim.
You have a Jim?
Yeah, Jim Butts.
See, you guys don't talk about him.
No, we don't. Well, we're out of time.
Oh!
Is there anything you wanted to share before you go to Perkins?
As we enter the Thanksgiving season, please remember, as you are sitting down at the table with your loved ones, looking to your right, looking to your left, looking across from you, remind yourself of why you're there and be thankful for the people that you have in your lives and the love that is surrounding you at all times. And just know that you are worth it. But if your friends ask you to go to Perkins, tell them to go to hell.